Hello everybody and welcome back. Today we're going to be predicting the scores of game week 21 of this 2023-2024 Premier League season. Now it is a kind of a winter break. There's going to be 5 matches played this weekend, which is Friday the 12th, Saturday the 13th and Sunday the 14th of January, and the remaining fixtures will take place in a week's time. Looking at game week 20, seems such a long time ago now since the FA Cup third round was played. Top scorer with 14.5 points was Ara winning, just the one perfect score, and in second place was the Hewer on 12.5 points. The overall leaderboard for you guys who are playing along on Superbru, Joggett still top of the shop on 209 points, followed in second place 198 points, Eddie Video Star, and I do enjoy reading your comments, Eddie. But let's crack on with these 5 fixtures, Nathan, and let's see if we can climb up the leaderboard.
So first up we have the 7:45 on Friday between Burnley and Luton. Now both teams obviously 18th, 19th. Luton have been in the better form than obviously Burnley, but in these games Burnley have been actually playing alright. I don't know why. I want to back Burnley in this one, and I think it's going to be convincing 2-0.
Wow, really? I suppose it is at home at Burnley, but you're saying Burnley been playing well. Luton have been playing exceptionally well. They lost that very competitive encounter against Chelsea last time out in the Premier League, where they lost 3-2 at home. Prior to that, it was wins against Sheffield United and Newcastle. So at the moment, they're looking decent with Burnley. They both played each other, of course, in the Championship last season. Burnley running away with it, and Luton coming up via the playoffs. This fixture finished 1-1 in the Championship, and Burnley won the fixture at Kenilworth Road. Luton got a number of injuries, but Burnley do as well. Tough one to call. I think going forward, Luton look really good. Burnley have the second worst defensive record after Sheffield United, but you could say Luton have got the third worst. So in this one, I am going to sit on the fence. I think either team could actually win this fixture, but I am going to go for a 1-1 draw. We then move on to Saturday afternoon. This takes place at 12:30. There's no actual 3 o'clock kickoffs on Saturday.
Yeah, that's shocking.
Absolutely shocking. And the first 3 matches in the UK as well, all taking place on TNT Sports. But Chelsea against Fulham, this is known as the Fulham derby. Both of these clubs actually play in Fulham. Chelsea have got 11 injuries at the moment. Nicholas Jackson as well is off to AFCON, so 12 players, 12 first players out. Cole Palmer is looking absolutely phenomenal for the Blues at the moment, getting amongst the goals, assists as well. De Silva's men, they've been doing all right. Currently, they're in 13th position. They stopped the rot a little bit because they were on a bit of a losing streak, but they had that fantastic result against Arsenal where they came away with a 2-1 victory at Craven Cottage. Different kettle of fish on the road, and I know that Chelsea do have their injury woes, but I think they should just have enough quality at home to beat this Fulham side. I think it's going to be tight, but I am going to go for a 2-1 home win.
Yeah, I think Fulham for me go into this one favourites, especially with the reverse fixture, and just for me, watching Chelsea against Middlesbrough last night just showed how absolutely shocking Chelsea were. So 3-1 Fulham.
Really?
Let's go bold in this one. Anyway, moving on, 5:30 TNT, Newcastle up against Manchester City. Both teams aren't in the greatest of form, are they? I mean, Man City win the last 2 games. I have contradicted myself on there, but they are starting to bring it back. It is Pep time, so this time of the season, they'll just go on a mental winning streak and probably win the league again. And then obviously we know Newcastle's woes with all of their injuries. 1 win in 6, leaking goals, not looking great. So for that case, 2-0 Man City. 2-0 Man City. Well, Callum Wilson is out, I believe, for this fixture. Say about Manchester City, then you contradicted yourself. I think they're starting to get the players back now. They're slipping into
going through the gears. Kevin De Bruyne's on the bench. I think there's been comments from him and Pep saying, okay, he may not start this weekend, but he'll probably get minutes in this game. Erling Haaland's looking to return soon. It might be a little bit too soon, this fixture, so they are getting players back. Lots of competitions, especially in those the attacking positions on the pitch. Newcastle, we know Callum Wilson just say it there, but they've got a lot of injuries themselves. However, defensively, or the back four is probably they're going to be their strongest, and that could mean they'll make it tough for Manchester City. But I don't think they're going to have enough of the ball, even though they are at home, and sometimes the energy from the crowd and their players can see them through. However, Manchester City, turn of the year, they're going to start
every time
slipping up the gears, and I think they will come away with a win. I think they'll concede the one. But overall, I think they're going to win this one 3-1 Manchester City, which will put pressure on Liverpool, because Liverpool don't actually play until next weekend, and they'll just be a point behind them, and Klopp will be then firing up his players for their fixture. So leaving Saturday behind, we move on to Sunday, first of the Sky matches live on TV. This takes place at 2 o'clock. And it's Everton against Aston Villa. Now, Everton, just before Christmas, kind of turned a little bit of a corner, but then it was a massive slump.
Fallen apart.
It has. It's 3 defeats on the bounce since the points deduction, and they get really galvanised themselves. But last 3 matches they have played Spurs, Man City. Disappointingly, they lost their last fixture on the 30th of December against Wolves, 3-0.
Look at the form Wolves have been on, though.
That's right. Yes, but so they'll be looking to get back to winning ways. However, they are playing second place Aston Villa, who've been in great form, although they've had a little bit of a stutter recently.
Yeah.
And even in the last match, it was I think it was a late winner, wasn't it, to send Burnley home without any points. In this one, though, I think Villa should have too much going forward for Everton. Villa can be prone to the odd goal, slipping through as well. But I think they're going to keep a clean sheet in this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 away win and masterclass from Unai Emery.
Yeah, it's going to be another Emery good evening masterclass, you should say.
Yeah.
Villa going to run away with it. Everton, I'm not impressed at the moment. 3-1. And finally, 4:30 on Sky, Man United against Spurs. Where'd you go with this one? Timo Werner signed on loan, but obviously he was shocking at Chelsea, and he's been even more shocking on his return to RB Leipzig as well. And then obviously you have Manchester United, 2 wins in 6, a whole host of problems at the moment, as everyone knows as well.
They did beat Wigan though in the FA Cup.
That penalty was so controversial, it was unbelievable, but I mean, pretty much having most of the stadiums themselves, of course they were going to win that. So, by the way, Wigan pretty much bottom of League 2, so who on earth do you pick for this one? Let's just edge it to Spurs 1-0.
Spurs away win at Old Trafford. Well, with Son, their talisman, away in the Asian Cup. Okay, they've got a lot of talent in that Spurs side, but Manchester United are at home. The likes of Jadon Sancho returning to Dortmund, of course. Can Højlund get on the score sheet?
It's taken him long enough.
You're saying about Spurs, you've got Timo Werner. Will he score? Richarlison should be taking on the responsibility as well. I do fancy Spurs, however, because it's at Old Trafford, I am going to sit on the fence myself, and I'm going to go for a 1-1 score draw. So that concludes our predictions for part 1 of game week 21. Play along at home. If you haven't already registered, then get over to Superbru website and submit your predictions. And you can also put your predictions as a comment as well, and maybe I'll read out the best comment or the best set of predictions in the next video. But we've gone through the hectic Christmas period. We've come out FA Cup and all that, so now it's a little bit of a break, you could say, in a way, for the Premier League players. I think they've deserved it. Nathan, do you think there's going to be any manager losing their job in the Premier League soon?
I doubt it at the moment.
No, even
probably
looking at the bottom of the table, Luton, Burnley,
you've got Edwards. Rob Edwards' job is safe, isn't it? Burnley, there could be a bit of risk as well. Wilder's new.
Yeah,
Thomas Frank, they're on 19 points at the moment. Really poor form, but they've got injury issues. Brentford.
Talking about Brentford, Ivan Toney could be on his way back very, very shortly. Apparently, he's been scoring goals in matches behind closed doors. So we could even see him next weekend.
We very well could indeed. And then aside from that, the only other one I can see at risk is actually either Eddie Howe or in particular Ten Hag.
Ten Hag. If they lose this weekend and go on a little bit of a run of defeats, then yeah, they could pull the trigger. But thanks for joining us once again. Make sure you leave your predictions over at the Superbru website, and we'll see you all next Wednesday or Thursday with part 2.
6 shots, yeah, straight to the face. And I wanna get lost, I'm sick of this place. Don't know how to stop when I'm feeling this way. So I'm taking 6 shots till I'm feeling okay. I think I'm going crazy, don't think I'll get home safe. So I'm taking 6 shots all straight to the face. I'm taking